So I'm super excited to try this product out. This is the primer. It's the Soft Matte Primer by Fenty Beauty, obviously. So it's a smooth pore diffusing finish and an extended makeup wear primer. So I'm really excited to try this. I've heard really great things about this. I know that if you are more on the oily side, then this is a great primer to use in combination with the foundation, because this does have like it kind of dries to a soft matte finish from what the lady at Sephora told me. So yeah, I'm really excited to try this out. There is only one primer and it is a soft matte primer. I actually really like this packaging. I think it's very appealing to the eye. So I'm going to take about that much on my finger and kind of mix it together, and then I'm going to dab in and ooh, it smells good. I'm going to just dab and then kind of just put on my face. It feels refreshing too. Like, I just put on my moisturizer, but I felt like I could totally use this as just the moisturizer too. It's very refreshing. It doesn't feel silicone-y at all. It does feel more like a cream-based moisturizer. It's a pore diffusing, so I'm going to kind of focus this more on my pore area. But it feels very refreshing and it smells really good. It smells it just smells refreshing. I like it. I've had it on already for a couple minutes and I actually really like it. It feels very moisturizing. It doesn't really feel like any other primer I've used. I always usually use Smashbox primer. This is just a primer water, so it's literally just a spray. It's not like really any type of obviously silicone or cream based primer, but I love that stuff, and for the first time I'm not going to be using it, so I'm really curious to see how this primer holds up. So next up, we're going to go ahead and try the foundation. This is a soft matte foundation as well. It is her Pro Filter foundation. I have the color 180, which is the warm, like the warmer undertone. So I decided to go into Sephora to actually purchase everything. I kind of had an idea that I was going to be around 180. I just didn't know if I should go more warm or more neutral, because my neck is definitely yellow. It's more yellow than my face. My face is definitely more neutral. So, but obviously I match my foundation to my neck. So I kind of figured I was going to still be in the warm area, because usually my foundations are more warmer. But I wanted to go in just to make sure and, you know, not have to go and return, because it's such a hassle to do that sometimes. So I'm really excited to try this out. I also picked up her, what is she calling it? The Precision Makeup Sponge. I am a sucker when it comes to sponges. I'm always looking for a good sponge. My favorite sponges right now are definitely the L'Oreal Infallible Sponge, one of my favorite go-to sponges. And I also really like the Flower Beauty Purple Beauty Sponge as well. So my favorite beauty sponges are definitely drugstore affordable. I do like the Beauty Blender as well, but I don't reach for those as much as I reach for my Flower and my L'Oreal. But I heard really great things about her sponge, and it's actually smaller than I thought, which is kind of interesting. But I really love the shape of it. I love how it kind of just has like this indent right here, which really you can get underneath your eyes and in the crevices of like your face, and then it's like really small and tiny. It's like a little egg. So yeah, I'm excited to try this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wet it really quick because I didn't wet it, and then I'll be right back. So yeah, this is what it looks like a little wet. It is a little bit bigger. It's very squishy, which I absolutely love in sponges. I like to, when I wet it right away, I like to know that it's very squishy, because I know that the bounceability is going to be really nice. So I'm excited to try that. I am going to go ahead and do half of my face with a brush and do the other half with the sponge, because I do kind of want to test out the coverage with both of the applications, just to see what gives me a better coverage. So I am going to start off with the brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just wet it with some of my Smashbox water or primer water. I always do this before I go with the foundation, and I'm just using my buffing brush by Real Technique. This is my favorite brush to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on my hand first. I did shake it well. I'm gonna do about 2.5 pumps. It is a little bit more on the runnier side. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of just put it on my face. I heard that this does dry quick, so to work in sections, so that's what I'm gonna do. I usually kind of pounce it in, and then I will like buff it out. It smells really, really nice. Actually looks like it's gonna be a really good color match for me. I actually really like the way this is looking already. It's drying definitely to a soft matte. This definitely dries really quickly, so I would recommend you starting in sections like I did because it does dry really quickly. But it is such a beautiful finish. Like, I'm not even joking. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I am super loving this. It's such a pretty finish. Like, oh my goodness. So I'm gonna do about the same 2.5 pumps on the other side, and I'm just going to dab it onto my face. Ooh, this actually feels really nice in combination with the damp sponge. This feels a little more hydrating. So yes, I really like the way I went on with the sponge. I definitely feel like it's a little bit more sheer with the sponge, not completely noticeable, but I do feel like it is a little bit more sheer. I'm gonna go ahead and go on with a second layer on both sides. I'm gonna go ahead and just literally dip my brush into it this time and then kind of focus on the areas where I want more coverage. Just to kind of see how much of a coverage. I do feel like it is more of a medium coverage. I don't think it's full coverage right when you apply, but that's fine with me because usually my foundations I need to layer anyways. As long as I can build it up to a full coverage, I'm fine. So yeah, it is more full coverage definitely with a second layer. I'm really liking the finish. It dries to a powdered finish, definitely, I would say. Really liking this a lot, guys. Such a beautiful finish, such a beautiful finish. So now, since I went ahead and did the face, that's pretty much all the face products that I got from the Fenty line. I didn't get anything else. I'm gonna go ahead and just use my own concealer, bronzer, blush, and all of that stuff. So let me just go ahead and grab that really quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed through this really quickly so we can go ahead and move on to the eyes portion of this video. Super quick, I want to let you guys know that the concealer did lay really nicely on top of the foundation. I didn't have any issues with it breaking or looking too cakey or too much. It blended really nice on top of the foundation, and I'm really liking this sponge. It just blends out the product really well, and it's small, and I think it's just so convenient, and I'm really liking it. So yeah. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the eye part. I will go ahead and finish my brows after I do my eyes. I'm really excited because I am going to be using a new palette. It is the HUDA Beauty Desert Dusk palette. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. So it's not going to really be kind of like a first impressions just because I have used this palette already. I actually did film a tutorial using this, but I was just doing my eyes. Unfortunately, it was too close up, so I was out of view a lot of the time, so I just figured go ahead and erase that complete footage and just kind of do a combination video with all the Fenty stuff I bought, so this is definitely going to be second impressions. But since I have already used this, I do have thoughts on it. I really do like it. I actually think I like it a little better than her first palette. Her first palette is beautiful, do not get me wrong, but I just feel like this palette is a little bit more me and just like what I like in a palette. This is what it looks like. It's so stunning, as you can see. The color's just so vibrant. I love the textured ones, the glitter ones, the shimmer. Her mattes are amazing. Since I have used this already, I do know how everything kind of blends as far as like some of the mattes. And then obviously I dipped into some of the metallic, more textured shades, and those went on great as well. But since this is the first time on camera, I'm definitely gonna be giving my kind of honest reviews and such like that. So this is what the palette looks like. It's absolutely amazing. I think it looks 10 times prettier in person. And yeah, so I'm really excited to use this guy and to kind of let you guys know my thoughts as I apply the colors of the shadows. Okay, so the first color I'm going to pick up is Desert Sand, and I'm going to just literally use that to kind of set my eye. Even though I did go ahead and set it with translucent powder already, I want to go ahead and just kind of use this for when I go in with a transition color. I always do this step. I always use a color either the same color as my skin or something a little lighter. So the next color I'm going to go ahead and dip into is going to be this color right here, Eden, and it's just a very soft, peachy color. This does have some fallout, nothing too intense though, but there is some fallout you will see on your palette. So I'm using this as my transition color, literally focusing this in the crease, kind of blending it up, and then kind of just dragging it to my lid as well. One thing I would recommend with this palette though, since I have used it before, I kind of know how the glitter shadows, the textured shadows work, is to probably do your foundation, your eyes, before you go in with the rest of your face, just because there is some fallout. To go ahead and kind of create a little bit of fallout for me, I'm just going to go ahead and take some translucent powder, and I'm going to literally stamp that underneath right here, just to kind of catch any fallout that I may have. So I'm just gonna do that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go with this color right here, Amber, which is just a really pretty, true, like brick red orange color, and I'm gonna take it on my Sigma E35 brush. This I'm just gonna focus right in my crease area, kind of just blending up as well, but keeping a lot of the color in my crease. So now I'm going to go ahead and take some of this OUD color, and I'm just going to use that on the outer corner of my eye. I really like this color. I haven't used this color before. This is really pretty though. I'm just keeping this on the outer corner of my eye, kind of using the Morphe M305 brush, which is just a nice blending brush, but definitely more precise. So you can kind of just really get into your eye, corner of your eye, creating more of like an elongated shape. So to get the most intensity of life, I'm going to go in with my NYX Full Coverage Concealer, and I'm literally going to use this to carve out my lid, or pretty much carve out the area I want the shadow to be. I'm not going to cover my entire eyelid. I'm literally just going to do up like halfway. I do this because I want just a cleaner base for the more glittery shadows. I feel like this really does help just bring those colors out. So I'm going to go in with the color Blue Moon, which is just really pretty, like, I don't even know, like rusty shimmery color. I'm gonna go ahead and just spray my brush with some Smashbox primer water, just because I really want some intensity. I'm just using this Beat Bella RG211 flat definer brush, and it is synthetic, so these are the best to use when it comes to any type of pigmented shade. Whew, so pretty, love it. So I'm going to literally just put this on top of the concealer. I just want to go ahead and take my finger too and apply some and see how intense that applies. And oh wow, it applies super intense, guys. So you could even go in with just your finger and be fine. Kind of buff this out, bring back that dimension. And I am going to take though more of that OUD color, which is just like kind of like deep brown, and add it to the ends of my eye. So what I went ahead and did is I actually took some of this retrograde color right here and I just topped it on the lid of my eye. If you can see, comparing it to this one, added like this really pretty blue, gray, brown kind of glitter to my eye. I just used the same flat definer brush and just went ahead and topped it. It totally makes the eyeshadow look different though, like a different eyeshadow all together. I'm going to take this blazing color right here, which is just orange, and I'm going to kind of just put it where the OUD meets the Blood Moon and retrograde color. I went ahead and picked up the Maybelline the Colosso Big Shot, and this is in the color Blackest Black. So I'm going to just coat my top lashes. Ooh, I really like this mascara. It really separates my lashes. It makes them look very combed and neat. This is the finished look, you guys. I went ahead and just threw on some lip gloss. This is the Anastasia Rum lip gloss and I absolutely love it. It's just kind of a gloss version of any other type of matte lipstick that I usually wear. I've been so into glosses, guys, it's not even funny. Definitely love this color, definitely a fall color. It's actually part of her mini lip gloss fall collection from last year. I really loved how this look turned out. I'm super excited that I got to incorporate the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I love this eye. I think it just is very fall looking, of course. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of fall looks since fall is one of my favorite seasons besides winter. It's super easy to work with as far as the mattes. They're very blendable. This color Blue Moon, this color Retrograde, those are only kind of like shimmery shades that I used, and they applied very nicely. As you can see from the video, I didn't have any issues. I didn't have actually any fallout. The only fallout that I did have was from this Nefertiti, I believe is how you say it, because it is a daring glitter. There was fallout on this, but I went ahead and just kind of wiped it off. It wasn't too intense. I just only used that color in the inner corner highlight, and what I did was I went ahead and sprayed it with some Smashbox primer water just because I wanted it to really adhere and kind of bring out more of that intensity. I loved how I went ahead and topped it off with the Retrograde. I think Retrograde and Twilight color are great topper colors. I feel like you could really use those to kind of just go on other type of shimmer colors or matte colors. I feel like it would just really bring out the eye and just make it look a little bit more extra. So I had no issues with the mattes. They blended beautifully. Like I said, I do prefer this palette than her original first one. I really do like as well, but like I said, the mattes are just a little bit, you just need to work with them a little bit more when it comes to blending. They don't blend as easily as the mattes in this palette. But I really do love her pressed glitter, metallic, chrome, duochromes, whatever, you know, she's calling them. For the most part, I do think that they're completely different as far as like the undertones and just the colors in general. But I love both palettes. They're palettes that I will definitely reach for a lot. I have been reaching a lot for this one, and I definitely see myself reaching a lot for her newest one as well. And then just a quick recap on the Fenty Beauty products that I purchased. I am loving this primer. I have to wear obviously a lot longer to give you guys my final thoughts, but I've probably been wearing it for about 45 minutes now, and I have to say I don't have any issues. Everything kind of went on top of it perfectly. It really just kind of looks like pretty much how I look every day when I do my makeup. I don't have any issues. I don't really think it's better than any other primer I use, but I don't think it's a primer that I would go back and return or that I would say don't get. It really is a good primer so far. Foundation I absolutely love. It does dry to a soft matte powdered finish. I think it looks absolutely beautiful on my skin. Definitely a medium coverage, but you can build it to a full coverage. I would highly recommend using a brush if you want the most fullest coverage, and then a sponge if you kind of just want a little bit more of like a natural look. But yeah, so I'm really loving the foundation as well. The sponge is probably one of my new favorite sponges. It's so bouncy when you apply it to your skin. It doesn't soak up as much product. I mean, it still blended out the foundation beautifully. I was still able to layer, and I just really like the sponge. I love it to go ahead and apply my concealer. I loved it to go ahead and use as my setting with my setting powder as well. I just think it's a great versatile sponge, and it's small, compacted, and convenient. And then what other thing did I get from her? You guys, I didn't even use the highlight. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna use it right now. So I did pick up one of her duo highlights. This is the Mean Money and Hustla Baby highlight. This is actually a really popular one. When I went to Sephora, I had gotten the last one, and I wasn't even going to get a highlight. I literally had just walked in there because I wanted the foundation, but the lady definitely sold me on it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take the color Hustla Baby, and I'm just going to apply that on my cheeks. I did already apply a highlight, but it's all good. It's all good. We can apply it on top. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, guys. Wow, that is super beautiful. And I'm not even using that much. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. If you have light skin, even fair to light, you could totally get away with this. So I'm loving the highlight. I'm so happy I got it. Like I said, this is Hustla Baby, and this is more, Mean Money. Mean Money is definitely a very subtle highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you. This is Hustla Baby, and on top you can barely see it. This is Mean Money. It is made to be a very subtle highlight. I would definitely rock that more like on a no makeup look kind of day. So I really do like those products. I'm really happy that I actually got my hands on some of them. So Rihanna killed it with these products. I think that she did an amazing job, especially for someone who just launched a beauty line. I just think she did an amazing job, and I cannot wait to see what else that she comes up with, because I'm pretty sure it's just going to be super amazing. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video, you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I will answer them. I always answer and respond to you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So until next time, guys, I shall see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.